Big changes in the household. I'm Joseph, this is Input English. Today I have another story for you. Those familiar with the Input English channel know that it's all about comprehensible input. If you can understand these stories, not every word, but if you can in general follow the story, your level in English will improve gradually. This is the modern trend in language learning worldwide. So let's get started with our story. I started by saying changes were occurring in the household. Which household? So we're going to join the family of Ginger and Bill, the parents, and their two kids, Charlotte and David. To recap a little bit, Ginger and Bill both work. Charlotte just finished the 9th grade and will be starting the 10th grade in September. David just finished his first year of college and he's home for the summer, but he has a summer job. He's working construction with his good friend Chris. Over a period of years, the schedule for the family was pretty much the same. Breakfast was at 7 a.m. and that allowed the kids to get off to school on time, and it allowed Ginger and Bill to get started on their workday. 7 a.m. for breakfast was the rule. But when David got home, he got a job working construction and he has to be at work at 7 a.m. So Ginger had a choice. She could suggest that David get up early and grab some breakfast before work, or she could convince the family to shift the day's schedule 1 hour earlier so that they could continue having breakfast as a family. When she thought of this, she suspected she might get some pushback, but wasn't certain, so she suggested it. To her great pleasure, everyone was in agreement. There was no pushback. There was no resistance. Everybody thought it was a great idea. So ever since David got home from college, the day has started with breakfast at 6 a.m. So why was everybody in agreement? Why did everybody think this was a great idea? Well, it allowed Bill to get to work early and get better organized. It allowed him to do some paperwork early in the morning, review orders, and make sure that he starts his day on a solid footing. He had thought about showing up to work early, but in the past, he didn't push that idea because of the family's tradition of eating breakfast at 7 a.m. So this change really suited Bill. As to Charlotte, Charlotte has a little bit of a secret, and this fits perfectly into Charlotte's plans. She wants to get up early and get started on her day as well. So today we're going to focus on Charlotte's secret. What is going on with this 15-year-old girl, and why does she want to get up early all summer long? That doesn't make sense. Wouldn't you expect a 15-year-old girl to stay up late and sleep until noon? Not Charlotte. She has a secret. To understand what's going on with Charlotte, we need to go back a little bit in time toward the end of the school year. She was at the studio of her French horn teacher, and the French horn teacher, after the regular lesson had completed, sat for a moment to talk to Charlotte about her plans. When the teacher started talking to Charlotte, she started by saying, "You know, I should have asked you this in the past, but I was so busy trying to help you make progress on the French horn, I neglected to ask you these things." She asked Charlotte, "What are your plans for the French horn? What are your long-term plans? Maybe you've thought of this, maybe you haven't. If you haven't given it much thought, I don't need to press you on it, but I would like to know where you want to go with the French horn. Is it something you want to play in high school? Maybe you want to play it in high school and then in college? Or maybe you want to make it your career. What is your plan for the French horn? Do you have one? Charlotte answered immediately. She did not hesitate. She had a ready answer. She said, I want to play in an orchestra. The teacher said, very good. What sort of orchestra would you like to play in? Charlotte again had a ready answer. She knew the answer without thinking. She said, a major orchestra, you know, like San Francisco, Chicago, Philadelphia, New York, Berlin. Charlotte stopped when she got to Berlin. Her teacher noticed that. Rather than teasing out details about the others, she said, why Berlin? Charlotte says, I love the Berlin Symphony, and I really like Sarah Willis. Her teacher suspected that when she heard Berlin from a French horn player, she wondered if it was perhaps the influence of Sarah Willis on this young lady. She was right. At that point, the teacher said, okay, I get it. Let's work toward that goal. Charlotte smiled and nodded. The teacher then asked, how much do you practice each day now, right now? Charlotte said, I try to practice an hour a day. The teacher said, that is good, but it won't get you to Berlin. It won't get you to Chicago. It won't get you into a major orchestra. A puzzled look came upon Charlotte. The teacher said, really, the people who compete at that level practice a lot more than you think. Charlotte quickly asked, how much more? The teacher said, a lot more. The teacher pointed out that getting into a major orchestra is super competitive. And a competitor at that level needs to compete very hard. They need to work harder than everybody else. No one gets a job at that level accidentally. Everybody at that level is working very hard. So Charlotte asked the obvious question, how much should I practice each day? The teacher said, well, that's for you to determine, but we're coming into the summer, and that will give you a little more control over your time, and you can find your level. I'm not going to tell you what you have to do, but you can find your level. People who compete at these high levels that we're talking about are not practicing an hour a day. At the college level, a music major may be practicing 2 to 4 hours per day. At the professional level, you can expect to see 6 or 8 hours a day from some of these performers. These high-end performers put in their time practicing. She continued, but you don't just go from 1 hour a day to 6 hours a day. What you do is gradually increase your practice time. As a brass player, if you go straight to 6 hours a day, your lip won't take it. You won't be able to tolerate it, but you can work up to it. Practicing this much would be a big problem for somebody who does not enjoy playing their instrument. But if you love your instrument and you love the sound of it and you enjoy getting better at it, then the practice should be very enjoyable. It should be something you look forward to each day. If you think it's drudgery, you will fail. If you think it's fun, you will succeed. Charlotte nodded. That made sense. The teacher then said, let's give you a taste of setting goals, practicing at a higher level, and going for an intense competition. Charlotte's eyes got bigger. Now she's really listening. What was the teacher talking about? She said, why don't we have you work this summer as hard as you want toward the goal of getting into the Interlochen summer program next summer. It's been a few years since I helped anyone get into the Interlochen summer program, but we can navigate it. We should each go onto their website and look at the requirements. From memory, I think their deadline for application is January, but the trick is get your application in much sooner than that. Why don't we set a goal of submitting your application by the first week in October? The actual date isn't critical, but I don't want to wait until the deadline. We want to apply early. Now, the application process requires a written application, which is pretty straightforward, but then they will require a video audition. In the past, that has been major and minor scales, and then a couple of pieces, an orchestral excerpt, and then something of your choice, whether it's a solo or an etude, something that you have worked up for performance. We can refine our understanding of this by looking at their website. This is all from memory. Charlotte nodded. The teacher then said, if you have the summer off and you have no real obligations for your time until the beginning of the school year, it should be pretty straightforward for you to increase your practice, make the necessary progress, and then toward the end of the summer, we can record your video audition and submit it. At this point, Charlotte was on board. She thought this would be fantastic. Now she knows what she's going to do with her summer, and now you know why Charlotte wanted to get up early, have breakfast with the family, and get her day started an hour earlier. Charlotte has plans for the summer. With that, Charlotte put her French horn in the case, thanked her teacher, and departed the studio. Her teacher was then thinking, ooh, I should have suggested that she mention this to her parents at some point because this isn't cheap. Plus, we can apply for a scholarship. Interlochen does have scholarships. She made a mental note of all this to bring it up at a later time. I invite comments below, and if you like videos like this, be sure to click on this one next. See you soon.